Well, hello, everybody. I just had to come up here and say a few things regarding the beef sector and what's going on in the beef sector. And most of y'all know how I do it. I sit back and watch for a minute, and then when all is said and done, then I come out, then I give my opinion. But the beef sector, the old beef sector OGs returned and showed people how things needed to be done. And essentially, it got set off by, I say, Rick Reed and Demetra Lit All Day set it off. And Demetra, when she was speaking, you just felt something different in the air. She just made it was like a clarion call, but she didn't intend it to be. But her tone and the way she was saying things made you wanted the old days to return. And Rick Reed, he set it off because he showed people, hey, you know what? I'm still here. I still know how to come for you. Don't get it twisted. And so, and it was organic. It wasn't planned or anything. And a lot of the OGs turned up for a moment. I'd say Lady Nika, um, James, Treasure Lane, um, Demetra, Rick Reed, and some others. And they came back so smooth and so natural. And they proved one thing: the old beef sector cannot be duplicated without the OGs. It cannot be recreated or rejuvenated or anything of that nature because it was just different. And back then there were like at least 25 content creators during that time. And all of them had, thousands of subscribers. And this was the time when there was Super Chat, no Cash App, Super Chat, no panels. They were solo up there by themselves. And when they came back this time, we were reminded. I mean, everything was, like I said, it was so smooth and so clear and so organic. And they said what they had to say in a way that only an OG can say it. And then some of the people from them, like Seven, they didn't really come live about anything, but they made posts that were really significant. And so it's just one of those things where you look back in the past and say, "Hey, that was a reminder that there is no redo without the originals." And I was not a content creator at that time. I had some beef here and there, but I would make my content was really not beef sector related. But when it was because I would respond, definitely would respond. Some of you may have not seen my short over there, but being in the beef sector for years, it was fun at first, but it's no picnic. It's no um, frolicking in the woods and throwing glitter around and smiling and stuff. It's not like that. It's pretty rough. And if you survive it, you've earned your stripes, period. And a lot of the OGs who return and have something to say have earned their stripes. They had their turn, as I did, as did many others. But the one thing that will not be the same, like the cash apps, um, and some of you people getting cash apps, you may not know about this, but the original owner of Cash App uh, was got pressure put on him to turn stuff over to the government, and he said no. Coincidentally, he was unalived by somebody random who they haven't found and stabbed to being unalived. And now the government is in charge of Cash App. You get over $600, and you don't report it, or you don't put it somewhere, or you don't do a 1099 or whatever it is they do, um, you might find yourself in a little danger. So Cash Apps were good while they were, but you know, like anything else, it's good till it's not good. But I just wanted to come on and speak on the return of the OGs coming back and serving, reading and serving. Uh, uh, Reed, the Heart of Philadelphia, she hasn't gone anywhere, but she stepped up. She turned up a little bit too. She got tired of it as well. The other thing is the unfortunate incident between two young men, and one of them was injured and one was arrested, and perpetuating the dialogue between them or accommodating it did not help matters. It really seemed to escalate it, because you can't say on the one hand how horrible it is and then post a bloody photograph. Okay. Um, that's giving it fuel and life. And that's something that should not have happened to either one of them. Um, but people, they do what they do, and I hope Castro doesn't have any long-term issues, because that sort of stuff can turn up later, and the person, they can be bleeding internally in their head somewhere and not even know it. Um, the other person is facing serious charges. Someone getting into the system is nothing to celebrate. It's a sad occasion because it's another black man in the system. And, I think that instead of giving it more attention, maybe we should just let it die. And people should just let it die. There's nothing more that can be said, really. Everyone has said what they need to say. And some people need attention. And they want attention. And attention is attention, whether it's good or bad, they want it. So you might want to consider not giving them that attention, because it just makes it live on. Um, it's been covered ad nauseum, and it's a sad situation, and it's an unfortunate situation. Yeah, and even some of the OGs spoke a little bit on it, but you didn't see a whole lot of it, because they saw where it was headed. Um, I think Rico, he's got his problems now. And like I said, it's always sad to see another black man in the system. And true, there are consequences for actions, but celebrating it, I don't think that should be done. Law enforcement has done what they need to do. It's nothing to celebrate or giggle about. It's not funny at all. In Rico's situation, it's not funny what's happening to him. It's not funny what happened to the dog with Castro and the other young man. It's not funny on either of their instances. So, I just came in here to say that it was good to see the old B sector back again, reading and serving, and uh, showing people how it's done alone without a panel, um, and letting people see, reminding us of what it used to be like, and why it was so popular at the time, until it got very dark. Um, I'm not one who believes in a lot of stuff that goes on, but everybody's an adult. They make their own choices and they get their own karma in the long run, in the short run. Sometimes it's in the short run because karma is the baddest gangster of everything, everybody. But if you get a chance, go to those channels that I mentioned and take a listen, and you'll see the difference. And you'll love it. You'll love it. Even if you don't like the person, you will love it because it was so organic and so real and so on point. And that's another thing. Um, they didn't have to uh, talk for 3 hours to make a point. They basically said what they had to say in 50 minutes or an hour or whatever. So go take a listen to them and see what you think um, about the way, you know, like I said, there's still some people who were OGs then that are still on here. So don't get that twisted either. The people who are still here, they just don't participate as much. They don't turn up as much. But that little window in time, oh, they turned up. They really turned up. And it was good to see it again, the way it's supposed to be done. Well, y'all have a good evening. I hope you take a look at my short where I give you an idea of what over 5 years in the beef sector looks like. And, you know, if you survive that, you are a certified beef sector OG catch. Have a good one. Bye.